1.
Hello and welcome to Shake Scenes Shakespeare's Shaking Scenes this afternoon. Thank you for joining us. My name is Linda and I'm one of the partners of Shake Scenes Shakespeare, and I'm taking charge of the book today. Well, we have a lovely selection of actors who will be presenting 4 different scenes from 4 different plays this afternoon. So this afternoon. Now, the actors that we have are Siegffried, Lizzie Huxley, Georgia, Dewi, Hannah, and Abby, and Eleanor and Susie. Okay, say hello, everyone. Now, for those who may not have seen our work before, what we do is we present live Shakespeare online, but where we differ from other theatrical online companies is that we're working from cue scripts, which means that our actors perform their cues and lines only. They have prepared individually, just like the players did in Shakespeare's time. So our actors have no idea from whom their next cue is coming from. So all of us players and audience experience the story for the first time together. Now, there may be times while they're preparing that there may be a query arising as to text, and they can have a quick chat with Lizzie for clarification as to pronunciation and anything else that's text related. Now, before we ask our players to go into the virtual tiring room, it feels right to acknowledge not only those of our families and friends affected and lost to coronavirus these last few months, but also our brothers and sisters affected and lost as a result of the cruelty meted out by those whom we trust to protect all of us. And although we know that these actions have happened many times before, the graphic image of George Floyd losing his life at the hands of Derek Chauvin for all the world to see was particularly shocking and harrowing for all who experienced that. Our thoughts go out to his family and friends at this time, and we hope that only good can come out of this tragic episode for all of us. William Shakespeare wrote about mercy, and it appeared in Merchant of Venice, and I would like to read an extract which I feel is so relevant today. The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed, it blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest and the mightiest, it becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His sceptre shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein does sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptred sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. And earthly power doth then show likest gods when mercy seasons justice. Can I ask you all to just join us for a minute silence? Thank you. Okay. Thank you. And that is, 400 years of wisdom from our wonderful Shakespeare. Now we have a donation button where we ask that you can donate any amount that you feel to support our actors. And normally that's what we'll do. But however, given these extraordinary circumstances, we'll be donating to a charity that supports families tragically affected by injustice affiliated to the BLM, Black Lives Matter. So thank you very much for taking time. Now, our players for today are Siegffried, Lizzie Huxley, Georgia, Dewi, Hannah, Abby, Eleanor, Susie. Hello. Thank you all so much. I'm going to ask you now to pop off to the virtual tiring house. Take a moment. Now, my job as book holder won't be as in the traditional sense of prompting for lines, but I will be here to help sort out any issues that there may be, such as with the internet links and microphones and so forth. I will link up all the scenes and I'll make sure that things run smoothly. Right. Okay, so we now move on to our scenes. And the first scene is from Othello. And it's right near the end of the play, where things have gone very, very wrong with General Othello and his new wife, Desdemona. At this point in the play, the only person Desdemona can talk to is her maid, Amelia. So, Siegffried, Lizzie Huxley, daughter, are you ready?
Ready.
Excellent.
Ready.
When I go off, you come on.
Get you to bed on the instant. I will be returned forthwith. Dismiss your attendant. There. Look it be done.
I will, my lord.
How goes it now? He looks gentler than he did.
He says he will return incontinent and hath commanded me to go to bed and bid me to dismiss you.
Dismiss me?
It was his bidding. Therefore, good Amelia, give me my nightly wearing and adieu. We must not now displease him.
Aye. Would you have now seen him?
So would not I. My love doth so approve him that even his stubbornness, his checks, his frowns, prithee, unpin me, have grace and favour.
I have laid those sheets you bade me on the bed.
All's one. Good father, how foolish are our minds. If I do die before, prithee shroud me in one of those same sheets.
Come, you talk.
My mother had a maid called Barbary. She was in love, and he she loved proved mad and did forsake her. She had a song of willow. An old thing 'twas, but it expressed her fortune, and she died singing it. That song tonight will not go from my mind. I have much to do, but to go hang my head all at one side and sing it like poor Barbary. Prithee, dispatch.
Shall I go fetch your nightgown?
No, unpin me here. This Lodovico is a proper man.
A very handsome man.
He speaks well.
I know a lady in Venice would walk barefoot to Palestine for a touch of his nether lip.
The poor soul sat sighing in a sycamore tree, sing all our green willow. Her hand on her bosom, her head on her knee, sing willow, willow, willow. The fresh streams ran by her and murmured her moans, sing willow, willow, willow. Her salt tears fell from her and softened the stones, sing willow, willow, willow. Lay by these. Willow, willow, sing all our green willow, my garland will be. Prithee, hide thee, he'll come anon. Let nobody blame him, his scorn I approve. Nay, that's not next. Hark, who is't that knocks?
It's the wind.
I called my love false love, but what said he then? Sing willow, willow, willow. If I court more women, you'll couch with more men. So get thee gone, good night. Mine eyes do itch, doth that bode weeping?
'Tis neither here nor there.
I have heard it said so. Oh, these men, these men. Dost thou in conscience think, tell me, Emilia, that there be women do abuse their husbands in such gross kind?
There be some such, no question.
Wouldst thou do such a deed for all the world?
Why, would not you?
No, by this heavenly light.
Well, nor I neither by this heavenly light. I might do it as well in the dark.
Wouldst thou do such a deed for all the world?
The world's a huge thing. It is a great price for a small life.
In troth, I think thou wouldst not.
In troth, I think I should, and undo it when I had done. Marry, I would not do such a thing for a joint ring, nor for measures of lawn, nor for gowns, petticoats, nor caps, nor any petty exhibition. But for the whole world? Why? Who would not make her husband a cuckold to make him a monarch? I should venture purgatory for it.
Beshrew me, if I would do such a wrong for the whole world.
Why, the wrong is but a wrong in the world. And having the world for your labour, 'tis a wrong in your own world, and you might quickly make it right.
I do not think there is any such woman.
Yes, a dozen, and as many to the vantage as restore the world they played for. But I do think it is their husbands' fault if wives do fall. Say that they slack their duties and pour our treasures into foreign laps, or else break out in peevish jealousies, throwing restraint upon us, or say they strike us, or scant our former having in despite. Why, we have galls, and though we have some grace, yet we have some revenge. Let husbands know their wives have sense like them. They see, they smell, and have their palates both for sweet and sour, as husbands have. What is it that they do when they changes for others? Is it sport? I think it is. And doth affection breed it? I think it doth. Is it frailty that thus errs? It is so too. And have we not affections, desires for sport and frailty as men have? Then let them use us well, else let them know the ills we do, their ills instruct us so.
Good night, good night. Heaven me such uses send, not to pick bad from bad, but by bad mend.
Oh. Wow. Oh, we've all been there, haven't we? Where, you know, you're so in love with somebody, but there's so much that comes in that gets in the way, and it makes you question yourself. And that's a beautiful, beautiful scene, beautifully played. Thank you, ladies. Right, the next scene we have is Much Ado About Nothing. Okay, so what we have here, if you just bear with me a second, here we are. Oh, there we are. Now we've got Siegfried as Benedict and Eleanor as Beatrice. It's about the middle of the play, after the disastrous wedding scene, where the young hero has been wrongfully accused of very bad behaviour. He has been publicly disgraced in the middle of the wedding, and she is believed to be dead. It is all a great big mess, and her cousin Beatrice is extremely upset and is approached by Benedict, who has been secretly in love with her, and her with him. This is a nice scene, a cool scene. So Siegfried and Eleanor, are you ready?
Yes.
Yay.
Yep.
I'll go off and you come on.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wronged.
Ah, how much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to shew such friendship?
Ah, a very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say, I loved nothing so well as you, but believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Well, do not swear by it and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says I love not you.
Will you not eat your word?
With no source that can be devised to it, I protest I love thee.
Aye, then. God forgive me.
What offence, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in this happy hour. I was about to protest. I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
No. Not for the wide world.
Why, you kill me to deny. Farewell.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone, though I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you, let me go.
Beatrice.
In faith, I will go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy?
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is a not approved in the height a villain that hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man! What? Bear her in hand until they come to take hands, and then with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor. Oh God, that I were a man! I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Oh, talk with a man out a window. Oh, a proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice?
The sweet hero, she is wronged. She is slandered. She is undone.
Beatrice?
Oh, princes and counties. Surely a princely testimony, a goodly count, comfort, a sweet gallant, surely. Oh, that I were a man for his sake, or that I had any friend would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into curses, valor into compliment, and men are only turned into tongue, and trim ones too. He is nigh as valiant as Hercules, that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I shall die a woman with grieving.
Tarry, good Beatrice, by this hand. I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul the Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, as sure as I have thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand. And so leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead, and so farewell.
Oh, oh dear. Ooh. Oh, there's a whole lot of stuff going on there, eh? Now, only a man that really, really loves a woman will have her lose her rag like that and still love her after all, and be willing to do underhanded things for her. Well done, guys. Thank you so much. That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you. Now, the next scene. Sorry, my computer's doing some funny things today. Right, now we've got a fun scene coming up here. This is Henry VIII. And in this scene, we meet the young Anne Boleyn, who at this point, she's simply a lady in waiting to the Queen with a lady of the court. And it is a day at court where there's a lot of tense political shenanigans going on around her. And what's going to happen to her next? So there's an environment of trouble between the King and Queen. Very relevant. Abby and Susie, are you ready?
Aye.
Yes.
Okay, when I go off, you come on.
Not for that neither. Here's the pang that pinches. His Highness, having lived so long with her, and she so good a lady that no tongue could ever pronounce dishonour on her. By my life, she never knew harm doing. Oh, now, after so many courses of the sun enthroned, still growing in a majesty and pomp, the which to leave 1,000-fold more bitter than 'tis sweet at first acquire. After this process, to give her the avant, it is a pity would move a monster.
Hearts of most hard temper melt and lament for her.
Oh, God's will. Much better she had ne'er known pomp, thought it be temporal, yet if that quarrel fortune do divorce it from the bearer, 'tis a sufferance panging as soul and body's severing.
Alas, poor lady, she's a stranger now again.
So much the more must pity drop upon her. Verily, I swear, 'tis better to be lowly born and range with humble livers in content than to be perked up in a glistering grief and wear a golden sorrow.
Our content is our best having.
By my troth and my maidenhead, I would not be a queen.
Beshrew me, I would, and venture maidenhead for't. And so would you, for all this spice of your hypocrisy. You have that so fair parts of woman on you. Have, too, a woman's heart, which ever yet affected eminence, wealth, sovereignty, which, to say sooth, are blessings, and which gifts, saving your mincing, the capacity of your soft shriveled conscience would receive if you might please stretch it.
Nay, good troth.
Yes, troth and troth, you would not be a queen?
No, not for all the riches under heaven.
'Tis strange. A 3 pence board would hire me, old as I am, to queen it. But I pray you, what think you of a duchess? Have you limbs to bear that load of title?
No, in truth.
Then you are weakly made. Pluck off a little. I would not be a young count in your way, for more than blushing comes too. If your back cannot vouchsafe this burthen, 'tis too weak ever to get a boy.
How you do talk. I swear again, I would not be a queen for all the world.
Faith for little England, you'll venture an emballing. I myself would for Carnivishire, although there longed no more to the crown but that. No, who comes here?
Good morrow, ladies. What wert worth to know the secret of your conference?
My good lord, not your demand, it values not your asking. Our mistress sorrows we were pitying.
It was a gentle business, and becoming the action of good women. There is hope all will be well.
Now I pray God, amen.
You bear a gentle mind, and heavenly blessings follow such creatures, that you may, fair lady, perceive I speak sincerely, and high notes ta'en of your many virtues. The King's Majesty commends his good opinion of you to you, and does purpose honour to you no less flowing than Marchioness of Pembroke, to which the title, £1,000 a year annual support out of his grace, he adds.
I do not know what kind of my obedience I should tender. More than my all is nothing, nor my prayers are not words duly hallowed, nor my wishes more worth than empty vanities. Yet prayers and wishes are all I can return. Beseech your lordship, vouchsafe to speak my thanks and my obedience as from a blushing handmaid to his highness, whose health and royalty I pray for.
Lady, I shall not fail to prove the fair conceit the king hath of you. I have perused her well. Beauty and honour in her are so mingled that they have caught the king, and who knows yet but from this lady may proceed a gem to lighten all this isle. I'll to the king and say I spoke with you.
My honoured lord.
Why, this it is. See, I have been begging 16 years in court, and yet a courtier beggarly, nor could come pat betwixt too early and too late for any suit of pounds. And you, oh fate, a very fresh fish here. Fie, fie, fie upon this compelled fortune. Have your mouth filled up before you open it.
This is strange to me.
Who tastes it? Is it bitter? 40 pence, no. There was a lady once, 'tis an old story, that would not be a queen. That would she not, for all the mud in Egypt. Have you heard it?
Come, you are.
With your theme, I could o'ermount the lark. The Marchioness of Pembroke, £1,000 a year for pure respect. No other obligation? By my life, that promises more thousands. Honour's train is longer than his foreskirt. By this time, I know your back will bear a duchess. Hey, are you not stronger than you were?
Good lady, make yourself mirth with your particular fancy and leave me out on't. Would I had no being if this salute my blood a jot, it faints me to think what follows. The queen is comfortless, and we forgetful in our long absence. Pray do not deliver what here you have heard to her.
What do you think of me?
Wow. Thank you, ladies. That was absolutely wonderful. Isn't it funny though, eh? There's this promise of a fortune coming your way, and oh no, I couldn't possibly, and then you get it, and what Henry wants, Henry gets, and the jealousy is playing around there. Okay, thank you, girls. That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you. Now, the next show, or the next scene this afternoon, is from Hamlet. It's the final scene today. And this is early on in the play where Laertes, a young man of the court, has permission to return to his life in Paris. Now he's taking leave of his sister Ophelia and father Polonius, and they are all parting with some final advice from all sides. Okay, so we have Dewi, Hannah and Abby. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. When I go off, you come on.
My necessaries are embarked, farewell. And sister, as the winds give benefit and convoy is assistant, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet and the trifling of his favours, I hold it a fashion and a toy in blood, a violet in the youth of primy nature, froward, not permanent, sweet, not lasting, the suppliance of a minute, no more.
No more, but so.
Think it no more. For nature crescent does not grow alone, infuse and bulk, but as his temple waxes, the inward service of the mind and soul grows wide withal. Perhaps he loves you now, and now no soil nor cortel doth besmirch the virtue of his fear. But you must fear his greatness weighed. His will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself, for on his choice depends the sanctity and health of the whole state. And therefore must his choice be circumscribed unto the voice and yielding of that body, whereof he is the head. Then if he says he loves you, it fit your wisdom so far to believe it, as he in his peculiar sect and force may give his saying deed, which is no further than the main voice of Denmark goes withal. Then wait what loss your honour may sustain, if with too credent ear you list his songs, or lose your heart, or your chaste treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, Ophelia, fear it, my dear sister, and keep within the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire. Be wary then. Best safety lies in fear. Youth to itself rebels, though none else near.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep, as watchman to my heart. But, good my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whilst like a puffed and reckless libertine himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and reeks not his own reed.
Oh, fear me not. I stay too long. Oh, but here my father comes. A double blessing is a double grace. Occasion smiles upon a second leave.
Hello?
Hang on, I will just check out what's going on. They can't hear you.
Oh,
You're unmuted. They can't hear you.
I'm unmuted. Try that again. Any more audible?
Can you hear him now?
Dewi?
Can you hear Dewi at all, Linda?
No, not at all.
Okay. Huh?
Okay. I'll come through to here.
Well, this is what happens with Tinternet. It can pull the rug from you sometimes, but there we are. Oh, here. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Can you hear him now?
Perfect. We can hear you loud and clear.
Marvelous. Okay.
But here my father comes. A double blessing is a double grace. Occasion smiles upon a second leave.
Yet here, Laertes, aboard for shame. The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for there. My blessing with you, and these few precepts in thy memory. See thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thoughts his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. The friends thou hast, and their adoption tried, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel, but do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each unhatched, unfledged comrade. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thine ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy. Rich, not gaudy, for the apparel oft proclaims the man. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true, that it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, my blessings season thee in this.
Most humbly do I take my leave, madame.
Most humbly do I take my leave, madame.
The time invites you. Go, your servants tend.
Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell.
What is't, Ophelia, he hath said to you?
So please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Marry, well bethought. 'Tis told me he hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you yourself have of your audience been most free and bounteous. If it be so, as so 'tis put on me, and that in way of caution I must tell you, you do not understand yourself so clearly as it behooves my daughter and your honour. What is between you? Give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection? Pah. You speak like a green girl, unsifted in such perilous circumstance. Do you believe his tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lord, what I should think.
Marry, I'll teach you. Think yourself a baby, that you have ta'en his tenders for true pay, which are not starling. Tender yourself more dearly.
My lord, he hath impugned me with love in honourable fashion.
Ah, fashion you may call it. Go to, go to.
And hath given countenance to his speech, my lord, with all the vows of heaven.
Aye, springs to catch woodcocks. I do know when the blood burns, how prodigal the soul gives the tongue vows. These blazes, daughter, giving more light than heat, extinct in both, even in their promise as it is a making. You must not take for fire. For this time, daughter, be somewhat scanter of your maiden presence. Set your entreatments at a higher rate than a command to parley. For Lord Hamlet believes so much in him that he is young, and with a larger tether may he walk than may be given you. In few, Ophelia, do not believe his vows, for they are brokers, not of the eye, which their investments show, but more implorators of unholy suits, breathing like sanctified and pious bonds, the better to beguile. This is for all. I would not, in plain terms, from this time forth, have you so slander any moment leisure as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you. Come your ways.
I shall obey, my lord.
Thank you. That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. Our internet today is playing up. So thank you so much, everybody. That was a wonderful afternoon of Shakespeare. If you'd like to come and say goodbye to everybody, that would be lovely. Great. Hello. Right. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. Please join us again next Sunday at 3 o'clock, where we shall be embarking on an adventure with Manchester-based cream-faced loons, and we shall be working together to bring you As You Like It. So thank you everyone for your work today. It was absolutely a pleasure to watch, and it was just so enlightening. Thank you. So we'll say bye-bye. And also don't forget the donation button at the bottom of the screen, where we will be donating all our proceeds to the Black Lives Matter associated charities. Okay, well, thank you again. Hope to see you next week. Take care, keep safe, and keep the love going. Bye.
Da dee da 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 dee da dum, da da dee da 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 dum, da da dee da da dum da da, la dee da 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 dee da dum, da da dum. The springtime, da 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 dum, da 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 dum, da 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 da. La da dee da dum, da 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 dum, da 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 dee da 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 dum, da dee da da na hey, nonny no, and a hey, nonny nonny no, da 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 dee da dum da dum, da dum da da dee da, da 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 da. Da 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 dee da 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 da, la da 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 dee da dum da dum da dum da 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 dum, la dee da 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 da, with a hey and a ho and a hey, nonny no, la da dee da da dum da dum, da dee da dum da 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 da. Da dee da 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 dee 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 dum, da 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 da, la da da dee 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 da 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 da, da dee da 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 dee da dum, da da dee da 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 dum, da da dee da da dum da da. La dee da 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 dee da dum, da da dum. The springtime, da 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 dum, da 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 dum, da 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 da, la da dee da dum, da 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 dum, da 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 dee da 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 dum, da dee da da na hey, nonny no. And a hey, nonny nonny no, da 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 dee da dum da dum, da dum da da dee da, da 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 dee da 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 da, la da 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 dee da dum da dum da dum da 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 da.